Hi, I'm going to read this story, Anna Goes to Washington, D.C. This is a story about a girl named Anna and her family who go and visit some of the historic sites in Washington, D.C. Anna Goes to Washington, D.C. by Renee Collado Linez, illustrated by Angela Dominguez. Excuse me. We are in Washington, D.C. It is the capital of the United States, said Anna to Mama and her little sister Sarah. Anna ran and hugged her Tia Louisa and said, I cannot wait to visit the historic places. The next morning, Anna and Sarah were holding a large map. Look, Sarah, we will visit these places. So on their map, it shows some famous places in Washington, D.C. There's the White House, the Dr. Martin Luther King Memorial, the U.S. Capitol, and some others. Tia Louisa and Mama waved American flags. They gave flags to Anna and Sarah. Anna opened the front door and said, Ready, set, let's go. This is the National Mall, Tia Louisa said. I don't see any stores, Sarah said. There are no stores here, Tia Louisa replied. Sarah turned around and around and said, I get it. Instead of stores, this mall has historic buildings. What is this tall building? Asked Anna. It looks like a giant number 1. This is the Washington Monument, Tia Louisa said. It was built to honor the first president or leader of the United States, George Washington. Mama opened her purse. Look, his face is on the dollar bill. And the quarter, Anna cried. So next time you look at a dollar or a quarter, see if you can find George Washington's face. Who is that tall man sitting on that big chair? Anna asked. He is Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president. He ended slavery and helped keep the United States together, Tia Louisa said. He is also on the pennies that Sarah and I put inside our piggy banks, Anna said. So on the penny is Abraham Lincoln. Who lives in this beautiful house? Anna asked. See if you know who lives in this house. The President of the United States lives in the White House, Tia Louisa said. Can we knock and say hello? Anna and Sarah asked. The President is a very busy person, Tia Louisa said, but I have tickets to get inside. Yes, said everyone. This building is bigger than my whole school, Anna said. It is the Capitol building. They make laws here, Tia Louisa said. Are laws like school rules? Anna asked. Tia Louisa and Mama nodded. We need to follow rules or we will get in trouble, Anna said to Sarah. Look, there are also statues sitting on chairs here. Anna pointed at them. This is the Supreme Court, Tia Louisa said. When people do not agree, the Supreme Court decides what is fair. The Supreme Court is like a teacher. Teachers talk to children when they argue, Anna said. Welcome to the Library of Congress, Tia Louisa said. There are so many beautiful books here, said Anna. I love to read books to Sarah. Almost all of the books published in the United States are here, Tia Louisa said. I would love to read them all one day, Anna said. Tia Louisa and Mama smiled. And I would love to visit this library and see all the books that are there. This would be probably the biggest library there is. They went back to the National Mall and walked across Independence Avenue. Look, I know the man in the statue, Anna said. He is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and he had a dream for everyone to be treated fairly. This is his memorial, Tia Louisa said. I will work for my dreams too, Anna said. Anna and her family walked among the flowering cherry trees. Look at the beautiful cherry blossoms, Anna said. These trees are a gift from Japan to celebrate the friendship between our two countries, Tia Louisa said. They sat down and watched the paddle boats go by. Anna hugged Tia Louisa and said, Thank you for this beautiful day. I will never forget it. So, I hope you liked that story. One thing I want to talk about really quick is the main idea of the story and details. So the main idea is what the story is mostly about. And so the main idea for this story would be Anna and her family going to see all the historic sites in Washington, D.C. And then a detail is a smaller bit of information that tells us more about the main idea. So a detail would be they went to see the Library of Congress to see all the books. Another detail could be they went and saw the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. So see if you can think of a couple other details that are in the story. Thanks.